Hello there, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if it's your first time. Today we are looking at the Jackson Audio Modular Fuzz again, as we have been for quite a while now, trying to get some wonderful sounds going. One of the modules that we have come to think of as our very favourite, perhaps, is the Fuzz Page Mk II. Apparently the sound of Pink Floyd. But, oh no, wait, hold on. Is that the goat's head? Yeah, I'm sorry, that's the goat's head. This is the one associated more with Led Zeppelin. There we go. Thus the Jimmy Page comment. The interesting thing about it, though, is that it packs a serious punch. It's already installed here. We've got the setting that we already use. Full disclosure, I've already been playing a little bit with the gain circuit on the back. That's what we want to be basically working with today, because what we're finding is that it's just a little too unruly. The unruliness is wonderful, but it gives us a certain problem. A lot of line noise. Now the Sentry is cutting a lot of that, as you can hear. Wonderful job, Sentry. Thank you very much. But it means that we also get a lot of just noise. So here's a sample. This is our song Call to Shiva the Destroyer, and you will hear how unruly it sounds. See, the Sentry is cutting it off there, so it is doing something, but you can hear that there are still times where it's not catching it. And it's just a little bit too messy. So we're going to see what we can do about that. We also have the volume turned down much lower on this module than we do for the others. So that's it. Basically, what we want to do is just play with the gain circuit on the back and see if we can find something that still has that grittiness that we like, but isn't quite as messy around the edges. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's dive in and just play with this circuit. I'm going to leave the Sentry on for now. So here we go. So all the way up. Check out the Sentry. So all the way up, the Sentry isn't acting as a gate, and of course we can adjust the Sentry, but that's a whole other thing. What we want to try and do is find a way of bringing, see what level this gain is going to work for us at. This is kind of like a first experiment in gain staging. So let's see. Still not responding. Yeah, the sentry is still not. So let's try this. That's just starting to push a little. That's all the way. It's all the way down. Okay. Okay, and then we get nice silence. So the sentry was in operation there. There wasn't too much messiness, and with the volume turned up here, we were getting still quite a good solid strong sound. Let's mess around a little bit more with that. Just having a look at, very quickly off to the side here, the kind of volume level we've got the other thingamies at, the other modules at, and it's around there. So I mean, it's not to say that we have to have this at the same volume level as the others, but yeah, we want it to be comparable. What we just did there, where we brought it all the way down and then gradually brought it up until we felt there was something comparable. Let's put this roughly where it's been for the other modules, at like 3 o'clock there, and see how much we can push it when we bring it up from nothing. Okay, you could hear it getting a little bit more messy around the edges there, which is really rather nice. And the sentry is still responding well. So what we've got it there is, it's a little bit difficult to say, but like, we've got it, it's very difficult to say, it has to be said. We've got it, okay, X, it's an X. So we've got it at one, maybe like the second X, clockwise. So let's take it back. There's the first X. second X seems to be good. Let's see how if we can put it a little more. Okay, now that second X from all the way down, if there's a way to do this better, please suggest in the comments. Second X will do though. Let's see about line noise though. So like for example, if we yeah, there's that little bit of line noise, but it's nothing like what it was. I mean, if we take it down a little further, sure, we lose that little bit of line noise, but you know, that's what the sentry's for. Yeah, I mean, if we turn it down to the point where there's no line noise, it's a little bit back from second X. Let's see how that sounds. Okay, so that's no line noise, and the volume is turned up, yeah, up to 3 o'clock there. I mean, we could even turn that down if we really want it, but that is an improvement. I think I really quite like that. We're still getting the roughness and the distortion of the tone that we love, the more intense distortion than we're getting from the other pedals, but it's a little bit more controlled, and there's no line noise. So the way we approached that in the end was we brought it back down so there was no line noise. We brought it down to the point where there was just no line noise. See, if we put it up, we start to get that clicking and then the buzzing. I mean, if the sentry would take care of that. Let's see how we feel, whether it's worth that extra bit of boost. So like, this is no line noise, just below X. X, we start to get it. Above X, it's clearly audible. So let's turn it back to the point where there's just about no line noise. And let's see how it sounds. What's the difference there? Okay, that does seem to be where things start getting distorted in a way that is not as controlled and enjoyable. But let's try with the sentry on now. Hopefully you can see that that's on. Okay. Just before second X. Okay, there we go, and very minimal line noise there. So it does seem that that line noise is actually a good marker for where we're going to start getting a little bit more buzziness than we want in the tone, a little bit more like general, not clickiness, but like I mean, fuzziness doesn't quite seem right either, because fuzz is what we want. But I do feel like we've got that well calibrated now. Another thing to do might be to play around with the EQ now that we've got that gain sorted out. Maybe we'll do that. Let's see if we've got the energy for it. But for now, I think that we have kind of done what we came here to do. We found a good setting for that gain circuit on the fuzz itself, based on the volume that we're using for the other pedals as well. But the main thing that we were doing there was we were calibrating it using the line noise, which you can still hear just a smidge there. Yeah, and of course the sentry will get rid of stuff. Okay, let's try just a couple more samples. I've got some other tunes here that we can put through, and we'll go from below second X to above second X and see how those go. Okay, so here is our sample, with it just below second X. That's no line noise, but we will put the sentry on. Yeah, I mean, putting it up so there's just a little bit more. Yeah, minimal line noise. There we go. Like I do like it when it gets a bit spitty. That's the word I was looking for earlier, spitty. And that's a cool thing if I want it at some point, but quite frankly, down, like just before second X, is also just beautiful. this is a little sample from a song called Return from Furthest Dimension, which I don't think I've used before. Okay, we'll do one more sample. One more little sample we'll try. I think this is one from Bubba Returns to the Dreamtime, maybe. And this is just below X, just below second X, so no line noise. Quite spitty. Yeah, and there's that clicking, that line noise. And if you put even with that turned up a little bit, if we want that, just that minimal line noise. Okay, so that's how we're going to calibrate this particular module. We'll turn it down to the point where there's no line noise, no clicking, and we'll we'll adjust the volume up from what it was before. Okay then, so that's another successful little experiment there. I think that what we're going to do with each of these fuzz modules that we like so much, we're going to somewhat scrap the settings that we developed before and build it up from baseline. So in other words, the gain on the circuit, if that's an option. I mean, it's an option on the Goat's Head. There is both a tone and a gain circuit. On the Modern Fuzz there's nothing, and on the Fuzz Classic Vintage there is actually what seems to be a gain circuit, a gain trimmer. So who knows, maybe we'll be able to bring in the Fuzz Classic Vintage up to the level that we like the others as well. That's what we're going to do, and we'll kind of build things up from scratch, also incorporating what we did with all of the internal trimmers as well, the Q and the frequency targeting of the internal trimmers in this guy. Well, there we go. Thank you very much for sticking around for that. I hope it was interesting. Hope you had as much fun as I did, and I'm very excited to keep developing this. This is such an awesome fuzz circuit, and I'm really glad that we're starting to get it a little bit more tamed there. Well, stay well, and hopefully see you again.